Also, it's International Homeless Day today, and there's no questioning that sleeping rough does carry a lot of danger. Joining our reporter Blythe Allen is a man who started his own fight against the dangers that homeless people face.
Thanks, Meg. I'm joined by homeless support advocate Simon Rowe. Simon is a creator of an initiative called Sleep Bus, a program providing Australia's homeless with safe accommodation on an overnight bus where they can seek refuge from danger. Simon, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about Sleep Bus in terms of how it operates.
So Sleep Bus basically comes in of a night time. It's a mobile operation, and that was the sort of goal, was to be temporary, be mobile, get to where people need us, and then we sort of park in the city for the night. And then in the morning, once everybody's had a good night's sleep, then we vacate the area and reset the bus, and then I take it to schools, I take it to universities, and I do talks and speak to our corporate partners and that sort of thing. So I try and keep the bus out there as much as we can, but the aim of the game is get people off the street and keep them safe and give them a good night's sleep. So
Yeah, so I know that you're an advocate for homeless safety and refuge, but I also know that you have had a bit of personal experience. What stood out that in Australia that made you realise that there is such a need?
Yeah, for me, when I was 19, I was homeless for a short period, for about 4 months, lived in my car. I had a job, so I knew I could get myself out of the problem, but the reason why that happened to me was my car blew up and I needed to repair the engine, and I had to spend my rent money. And so many people in Australia, unfortunately, now are that one big bill away from maybe that happening to them as well. And initially, I think where Sleep Bus comes in is you don't initially know where to go. And I think also the longer we leave people out there, there's some stats around, the longer you leave somebody out there, the expense of getting them back increases tenfold. So the idea of Sleep Bus was that it's just that temporary accommodation. It's not the Ritz, but it keeps you safe. It's got a lockable door, it's got a bed, and you're well taken care of. And the idea was to give people a chance to take a breath, figure out their next steps, and then find their pathway through that and out of homelessness. So,
yeah, okay. So I'm understanding that at the moment you've got about 8,030 people per year that are actually using the service in the one bus that you have now, which is quite an amazing amount of support considering there's just the one bus. What more could the Australian community be doing to further support?
Oh, money's always good, but no. No, look, I think the big thing is that Sleep Bus, I came up with it as a temporary thing, and I think I had no intentions of starting a charity. It was always that, okay, I saw a problem, I tried to see if somebody else was doing something about it. I was working in the corporate world and had a good job and everything, and then kept finding this gap where there was just not enough beds, not enough safe places to sleep. So I guess I took it upon myself to have a crack and try and fix it. But again, I think Sleep Bus was, although it's a temporary emergency accommodation service, I don't think it should last either as a charity. I think we need to sort out affordable housing. I think we need to make it more of a thing that we vote on. You know, we need to look at homelessness. It's not your drunk old guy sitting on the street anymore. It's women, it's children, it's young people, it's elderly ladies, and it's not good enough, and it shouldn't happen. So I think we need to look at more about our perspectives of what a homeless person is. It could be somebody you know. So yeah, I think that's a big thing, change of mindset.
Exactly, and I mean, you never know whether you might end up in that situation one day. Which takes us to women and children is your latest focus. You've recently started an initiative called the Pink Bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's designed to support women and children. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so the Pink Sleep Bus was designed, women and children, there's a lot of advertising around it at the moment about, if you find yourself in a domestic violence situation, get out and get out now. And they do, but initially you don't, where do I go? And so people end up on the street, women with their kids, or they end up in their cars and that sort of thing, until they figure out, where are the agencies that I've got to go to and that sort of stuff. So the Pink Sleep Bus project will be a pink bus that's just for women only and their children, and it'll be managed by women only. So the reason for that is just to make them feel a little bit more comfortable when they're in that situation, and to just allow them, like I said before, to take a breath, figure out next steps, and we can help direct them to where to go as well. So it's not something that we think women and children will be on the bus for a long time, but maybe just that 1 or 2 nights until we figure out where we need to go. So we've launched a GoFundMe campaign now to raise the money for the next bus. So you can go to GoFundMe and search Pink Sleep Bus and find everything about it there, and donate if you want to support that project. So yeah.
Sounds like a fantastic cause. Well, Simon, thanks for coming in. Back to you, Meg.
Thanks, Blythe. And yes, it does sound like a very worthy cause. Thank you for coming in and speaking with us today, Simon.